Welcome. My name is John, and I am so glad that you are joining me. So I want to invite you to take the next few minutes and just kind of go with me on a little journey as we start talking about introducing the concept of using Chat GPT for people like me, people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who may not be super comfortable with the idea of adding an artificial intelligence program into their daily life. But before I do all that, let me give you a quick introduction. If you haven't met me before, my name's John Donahue, and I live here in Central Florida with my beautiful wife. I've got 3 kids. They're all dogs, so they're really easy to keep track of most of the time. And I have loved computers ever since I was in my early teens. And I was one of the few people who was lucky enough to have one of the early Apple IIc computers. When they first came out, it was touted as the first home computing system by Apple. And I got to play with that a lot. I learned how to program simple, what we would call like PowerPoints, so simple presentations that would move by when I clicked a button. But I was programming it, and I fell in love with it, and I followed a different path. But I've always been a part of the computer community because it was just great for my job. Being a musician or working for the different people that I've worked for, the different companies, computers have always been a huge part of what I do. And I'm always trying to stay one step ahead of what culture is doing. And that brings me to you. So the reason that I do this, the reason that I do these videos is because I looked around and saw a lot of people who looked a lot like me, a lot of gray, maybe seasoned in years, who were confronted with the idea of learning a completely new language, meaning having to go into a Chat GPT or some type of AI and start manipulating it and churning out content to maybe, start their second act or to go further in their business. More and more companies are starting to pull more and more from GPTs or different things that are just like Chat GPT to make their businesses flow better. They're trying to work smarter, not harder, but they have to train their workforce. And so what I started doing is seeing that there was a lot of people who were really struggling with the idea of, how do I do Chat GPT? What does that mean? Where do I go? What should I do? I just go there and it's a blank page with a box. How do I, the enormity of the learning curve for Chat GPT can be often very, very scary. So I thought that what I would do is to bring some of my expertise to you, and we can grow together. Now, I'm not an expert. I am by far and away no expert, but I do dabble in it enough to where I can really kind of flourish in these environments, and I want to share that knowledge with you. So when you're looking at starting your journey into Chat GPT, you have all sorts of choices. You've got Chat GPT, Perplexity, Claude. You've got Mid-Journey if you're doing graphics. It's overwhelming, and you can be totally stuck with paralysis by analysis on where to start. So what I thought I would do is I would give you a very simple way that you can get your first win, that you could actually start getting involved with Chat GPT and start really seeing how it works. So go to OpenAI and you can find Chat GPT. So in the box, it says something like, what may I do for you? So what I would suggest is you go in and you pick one thing. Maybe you say, I need help writing an email, or I need help composing a certain type of letter, or I need you to help me with whatever you want to do, creating a blog post or creating a Facebook post or whatever it is that you'd like to play with. And just see what it does. And then keep talking to it to kind of refine your idea. So as it gives you information, you can always have it go back and refine it. You can refine, retool. And then when you're happy with it, you can copy it and you can put it into what you want to do. Or you could just play with it. You can see how far you can go. ChatGPT, help me to write an email to whoever. And then as it's writing the email, if there's parts that you don't like, you can have them rewrite it, or you can have them do other things. And a lot of times ChatGPT will put emojis inside of the text. And I always have to go back and say, please remove the emojis, and it'll fix it for me. And then you can copy it, paste it, or you could just keep playing with it. But see how far down the rabbit hole you can go. And just keep asking yourself while you're doing this, what are some other ways that I can use this tool? Because that's what it is. It's a tool. It's not meant to be the end-all cure-all, and I don't believe it's going to take over every area of our lives, but I think it will be involved in a lot of areas of our lives. So take some time, play with it, use that suggested chat prompt, which is what those are officially called, and let me know what your thoughts are. You can come find me over at johncdonahue.net. You can sign up for a free ChatGPT cheat sheet over there as well. I'll also put the link below in the description. I want to thank you for taking the time out to spend with me as we start this journey and we start growing together. And I cannot wait to see how far you go and to see what incredible ways you leverage artificial intelligence and ChatGPT for you. Have a great day. Thank you very much, and we'll talk soon.